I did not go to film school. I did not go to any kind of school that taught film production. I was a fine artist, a painter, and I got a scholarship to UCLA doing that, not media. I was in my last year when I met Professor Karioka. He had been out on sabbatical, and I hated UCLA, and I wanted to get out as fast as I could. It was like being a fly in the buttermilk, and I didn't like the milk. And when he came, he threw the camera in my hand, and he cared. He actually cared about where I came from, my community, the whole thing. And so I felt like, oh, this is okay. Mm-hmm. And so I went and I tested the camera in my community, and of course all the videos I brought back were very different from any of the videos that anybody else had. I videotaped old ladies from the church. I videotaped why blacks don't surf. Okay, back in the day they do it now. Mm-hmm. Back there they didn't. Now with the video camera, you can see it all. And it all started because of projects that Professor Karioka sort of started out there. Take the camera in the community. Let the people see and say who they are. Don't change it, just document it. And that's what this camera was able to do back then, and that's why it was so effective back then. And that's why the videos back then are as powerful today as they were back in that day. You do a movie today, how long does it last till the next movie? And you forgot that movie. But back in that day where things were real and things were, the civil rights movement, if it wasn't for media, there wouldn't have been a civil rights movement. There absolutely wouldn't have been. Black people were getting beat, tormented, hung on trees for years. But somebody came down with a camera and recorded it and showed America what was going on. The industry may change with different types of machines. And what a machine does is up to you, whether it's an old machine or a new machine. I find that while you've increased, for example, it would take us 30 minutes to do a white balance back in the day. 30 minutes. Okay? Now you press a button. Mm-hmm. Okay? But that doesn't mean your film is going to be any better than my film back there. Okay?
So what makes it better? What makes it what it is?
The person. The eye. And you could shoot with your phone now, you could shoot with a camera, you can shoot with, doesn't matter what, it's the person. Do you have the story? Is there an intro, body, conclusion? Is the story compelling? And that's what makes a film a good film, not the equipment. So the power of video is what we saw in its rawest form. I don't see that today. I do not see that today. I see technology, I see events, I see all kinds of other things happening with technology, but using it as a tool to get to the human core, I do not see. And back in the day, yes, the video camera and the video machine and all that crude technology helped us find ourselves. In my community, it was showing young Black and Latino kids themselves because they had never seen themselves in that manner. And the biggest thing was, that's not me. I don't talk like that. And yet it was them. And so they found out that how people really looked at them and people really saw them, and by looking at themselves. And that's what we did, and that's what we discovered. And it did make a difference. It made a big difference. Real important that they can get a job, because the best job out here right now is selling drugs. And I say no. I say no. I say I'm showing them how they can create a video game and make $100,000 a year. And they say, you're lying. I say, oh, no, I'm not lying. They say, I can make $100,000 a year. They don't know. They haven't been exposed. And so we're trying the latest thing. A year or two ago, I was given the honor of by Silicon Valley of being Creative Director of the Year. okay? And with the connections there with Google and all of them, and they're coming to Silicon Beach, what are my goals? To get Silicon Beach in South Central. Not that you got to set up an office, but I want an internship program. I want something. My goal is to expose, and that's what we're trying to do as much as we can.